Yesterday, Patch bought a snack tin for 2 bottle caps. Tonight, Marnie wants 3. Patch checks the tin. Same lid, same crumbs, definitely no tiny luxury swimming pool inside. So he reaches the obvious conclusion. Marnie has become greedy since yesterday. Unfortunately, the stall across the alley also raised its prices. Lantern oil costs more, cart repairs cost more, even Patch's favorite bench now requires a reservation fee. One expensive snack tin is a price increase. Many prices rising across the economy is inflation. And when prices rise faster than Patch's income, every cap in his pouch buys a little less.
Inflation does not mean every price rises together. Marnie's apples might become cheaper, while lantern fuel, rent, and tools become more expensive. To see the larger pattern, economists track a basket of goods and services that households commonly buy. They compare how the total cost changes over time. The basket is an average, not a magical shopping list delivered to every door. Patch spends heavily on snacks and almost nothing on roof repairs, mainly because he does not own a roof. Another resident has a different budget. So the official inflation rate can describe the wider economy while feeling very different inside each household.
The first trouble begins at the Moonlight Festival. Every raccoon arrives hungry, cheerful, and carrying a pouch full of caps. Marnie has 20 snack tins. 50 customers want one. Patch offers 2 caps. Pip offers 3. Someone in the back offers 4 and appears far too proud of it. The tins have not improved. Demand has simply grown faster than supply. Sellers can raise prices because buyers are competing for a limited number of goods. This is often called demand pull inflation. More total spending is chasing an economy that cannot produce enough extra goods and services at the same speed. Then the opposite problem arrives. A delivery cart loses a wheel on the bridge. No one is hurt, although the wheel achieves an impressive personal best. Only half the usual snack tins reach the market. Customers still have the same number of caps, but now there are fewer tins to buy. Prices rise again. This is a supply shock. Production or delivery becomes harder, scarcer, or more expensive. Bad weather, disrupted transport, energy shortages, failed harvests, and missing materials can all create versions of this problem. Raising interest rates cannot repair a bridge. It can reduce spending, but the missing cart remains extremely missing.
Marnie's price is also connected to prices she pays. Her supplier charges more for metal tins. The cart operator charges more for fuel. The market charges more for lighting. Her assistant asks for higher pay because the assistant's own food and rent cost more. Marnie now has several choices. She can accept a smaller profit, raise her price, reduce production, or attempt some unpleasant combination of all 3. Businesses do not automatically pass every cost to customers. Competition and demand still matter. But across thousands of connected decisions, higher input costs can spread through the economy. Inflation is not one villain turning one enormous price dial.
Patch proposes a flawless solution. Give everyone more caps. For approximately 6 seconds, he is the most popular raccoon in town. Then everyone returns to the same market and competes for the same limited pile of goods. Sellers discover that customers can offer more. Prices adjust. If spending power keeps growing faster than the economy's ability to produce goods and services, it can add inflationary pressure. But the relationship is not an instant mechanical trick. New money or credit may be saved, used to repay debts, or spent at different speeds. Production can also expand. What matters is the balance between total spending and what the economy can actually supply.
Expectations can keep the process moving. Patch hears that tins may cost 4 caps next week, so he buys 10 tonight. His attempt to avoid tomorrow's shortage makes today's demand stronger. Marnie expects replacement stock to become more expensive, so she orders early. Workers expect their living costs to rise, so they negotiate for higher pay. None of these reactions is foolish. Each one protects someone from a possible loss. But when enough households and businesses expect continuing inflation, their decisions can make inflation more persistent. Expectations do not create unlimited price increases from nothing. They change when people buy, sell, save, borrow, and negotiate.
Clerk Moss now measures what happened. Moss tracks a broad basket instead of staring dramatically at one snack tin. Each category receives a weight based on its importance in household spending. The result measures average price change over time. It does not claim that every resident bought the same items or experienced the same increase. Patch spends an unreasonable share of his budget at Marnie's stall, so snack inflation hits him harder. A family spending more on housing, transport, or medicine may feel a different pattern. Inflation statistics are a map of average movement. Your personal route through that map can still be steeper or flatter.
When inflation remains too high, Ledger makes borrowing more expensive. Patch postpones buying a new cart. Marnie delays expanding her stall. Other residents save more and spend less. Across the town, weaker demand can reduce pressure on prices. This is the basic channel through which higher interest rates can slow inflation. But it works with delays, and it carries costs. Slower borrowing and spending can also mean weaker investment, fewer sales, and less hiring. Ledger is not pressing a button labeled cheap snacks. He is cooling demand throughout the town and hoping supply has time to catch up without the entire market freezing. Months later, the bridge is repaired. Deliveries recover. Festival spending fades. Price growth slows. Patch celebrates. Then notices the snack tin still costs 3 caps. Lower inflation does not usually mean prices return to their old level. It means prices are rising more slowly. If inflation falls from 8% to 3%, prices are still increasing, just at a gentler pace. A broad decline in prices would be deflation, which is a different process with its own risks. Patch finally understands what changed. The tin did not become magical, and Marnie did not secretly purchase a volcano. Demand, supply, costs, expectations, and policy all moved around it. Patch opens his pouch, counts carefully, and buys 1 tin instead of 10. Progress.